What have we learned about politics since the Epstein files have been released? Let's take a look at the first time Donald Trump ever ran for presidency. He was up against Hillary Clinton. Now, with the release of the Epstein files, and before I get into things, I will say viewer discretion is advised because I'm going to talk about mature content subject matter, but it's being talked. Everyone on social media is talking about what has been released in the Epstein files, and I'm just simply repeating that. But if we take a look at the time when Donald Trump first ran for presidency, you could either vote for him or you could vote for Hillary Clinton. Now, what does the Epstein files say? Well, the Epstein files are telling us that if you voted for Donald Trump, that you were voting for someone that abused children. You know the extent that it went to. I'm not going to repeat it. Abused women and children in the worst way. And from what we've come to see is a warmongering, PDF file that is controlled by Israel. On the other hand, you could vote for an individual that removed the face of a child that was tied down to a table, then placed that individual's skin over their face and danced around while laughing, and then returned only to place her lips around the child's nose and continue to drink the blood that was pouring out. So these, according to the Epstein files, these are the two individuals that you had to vote for. You have to get your ego out of the way. You have to come to realize that it doesn't matter if you vote left or right. Look at what these individuals are involved with. It's not until we all decide not to vote that we vote on a new system completely, that actual change is going to occur. I've known about what's going on since 2013, 14, 15. And, despite knowing that it didn't matter what side you voted for, I can admit that when Donald Trump first ran, I was duped. I was a believer. I was telling people, vote Donald Trump or this world's coming to an end. And, even though I knew he was part of the Skull and Bones secret society, and it doesn't take, if you spend 10 minutes listening to ex-secret society members, ask yourself, why does this society have to be secret? If you're like having a playground party and everything's cool and you're serving Kool-Aid and everything's cool, do you have to have like a secret playground party society? Like, what's the secret? Why is there a secret? And if you spend 5 minutes, you'll understand that, in order to reach the highest levels, what you have to sacrifice in order to get there, what you have to do. And then you start understanding how many individuals are, 33rd degrees and all that shit. This is for entertainment purposes only, but with the Epstein files being released, what we've come to realize is that it doesn't matter if you vote left or right. It's the same bird.